Hello, hello. Forgot to adjust the position of my microphone. Hello, hello. I've arrived. Alright, so, today, we're going to be doing some things. We're going to be talking about things. And then we're going to be playing some Conquer the Shadow World, which is a little indie game. I don't remember when I learned about it, but I tried to play it a while back, and I didn't try to play it, I played it, I guess. There was no issue with the, launching the game and getting it to run, but I didn't do great at it, I would say. I did not ever beat it. And I want to do that now. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that today, necessarily, but that's going to be a short-term goal here. So, let's see. Let us think. So, today's Friday, as you may have noticed. Or may not, I don't know. I don't know your life. Today, yeah, we're going to be talking about the schedule. So, more so than the schedule, or to be more specific, we're going to be talking about sort of future plans, what we're going to be doing sort of going forward in the immediate future. So I guess it's a schedule of sorts. Not like a day-to-day schedule, but I want to try to establish a rough outline of what we're going to be doing going forward for the stream. So that is now. Again, next Tuesday, we'll be playing Borderlands 2, and possibly another game, probably, with Altariana, Sheppy Sheps, and Judo Kami, as per the usual. That will probably be starting a little bit earlier than the usual. Maybe around 5-ish. We'll see. Yeah, starting probably around 5-ish, taking a short break at midway through so I can have dinner, and then moving on into Borderlands 2. So let's see. So that is that. Next Thursday, we'll be doing more things. I don't know what things we'll be doing, but we sure will be doing them. And then next Friday, we'll be doing more things. I sure don't know what we'll be doing, but we will be doing them. But yes. So. Oh yeah, time. So, Tuesday streams are expected at around 5 o'clock, give or take an hour. Well, probably give an hour. Would that be later? I don't know. 5 o'clock, but up to an hour later, depending on circumstances. So that's Tuesday. Thursdays, we'll be streaming at 7:30 Central Time. And on Fridays, we stream at 10 a.m. Central Time. And I've realized now, for a good long while, I was very much used to saying, on these days we stream at the usual time, and then on Fridays we stream at an early time. But nowadays I don't have a usual time. All of the 3 streams I do on any given week start at different times. So normalcy has been thrown completely out of the window at this point. But yes, so I've also been experimenting a little bit. And I want to try something out. I tried to do this in the Ni no Kuni playthrough at one point to a certain extent, and the results were mixed, we'll say. We had okay results, but we could have had better results, I imagine. Oh dear. Alright. Knocked over my webcam, and basically everything else. I need to clean my desk. I've talked about this before, but I need to clean my desk. It's a... You know what, I'm not going to draw attention to it. It's just a little bit embarrassing. So we're just going to, maybe I should have muted my microphone so you couldn't hear all the rustling, shuffling sounds. Where'd my pen go? I've lost my tablet pen, oh dear. Well, let me get the source in here anyway, so that we can have that. Where is it? There it is. Ba-ba. Can you see it? You shouldn't be able to see it. I hope you can't see it. And we'll put this... I guess there's nowhere I can put it that it won't cover me up. But yeah, you'll see what this is. Alright, now I gotta do some more Russell shuffling to get to my... Oh, there it is. Never mind. I thought my pen may have been buried under some of the tremendous clutter. But indeed it is not. It is right here. And now it is in my hand. But yeah, so basically, the thing that I wanted to do was draw on the screen. Yeah, I think this is just a really neat sort of effect. I had a lot of trouble setting it up last time that I did it during Ni no Kuni. That was when we were like trying to translate some of the Nazcon script. That Nazcon script that ended up not needing to be translated, if I remember correctly. I experimented it with it then, and it didn't... I don't know, it was hard to set up in the moment. But I don't think it's necessarily so much that it was hard to set up as in so much as it was that I was just trying to rush through it and not really putting in the effort to make it work. So yes. So what I'm doing right now is I'm experimenting a little bit with this effect. Because I want to have the, on the window itself, all that I'm doing is drawing a black line. There's none of this sort of white outer shadow on it. I gotta say, I really like, I don't know that that's intentional or anything, but I like the effect. I like the effect when it sort of fades away. That looks nice. That's certainly not anything I set up. But yeah, I like that effect. And I liked sort of the idea of, I could go in and I could just draw on the screen, point things out. It's me. And of course, knowing where things are relative to other things is somewhat challenging, but it is what it is. She might run into this. Oh no, she's over top of it. Okay. Well, I guess she wouldn't run into it. She'd either be above it or below it. But yeah. This was just something I wanted to experiment with. I just think it looks kind of neat. But yes, so the point of this stream is not to show off this effect that I have put together. The point of this part of the stream, I guess, not the entire stream necessarily, but the point of this part of the stream is to think about and discuss potentially sort of the immediate future plans. Let me take a sip real quick. It's rare that I take a sip when I'm on the same screen as my water bottle, or not my water bottle, my glass of water, my iconic glass of water. Sip. I had a terrible time taking a sip the other day on stream, let me tell you. But we won't draw attention to that either, because that was unpleasant, and I'm probably going to try to edit that out of the VOD. Because yeah, still dealing with a little bit of unnecessary amounts of mucus, unfortunately. So, you're not here to listen to me talk about mucus, you're here to me talk about the stream. You're here to listen to me talk about the stream, even. So, things that I've been thinking of, and sort of rough timeline. So we're going to start from the top, and sort of, make our way over thusly. And yes, you will have to be subjected to my handwriting, I'm afraid. But, first thing we want to do, today, I guess. Today, we're doing Conquer the Shadow World. And I don't know how long I'm necessarily going to commit to it, but I do want to beat this game. I don't know why I feel particularly strongly about this. I just sort of decided, you know what? This is a game that my thoughts just kept wandering back to when I was thinking of what's a short game that we could play on stream. So I figured we'll do this. And as per usual, we'll just, going forward, figure things out as we go. But yeah, another thing that we want to do in the not too distant future is Destiny 2. I've finally committed to doing that. Specifically, Forsaken, because Forsaken is going to be removed from the game. The Forsaken expansion, the content in it is going to, well, not all the content, but the expansion itself and the storyline of it, more specifically, are going to be removed from the game in the not too distant future. And I want to play through that before it goes away. I think that's happening in December, so yeah, that's actually pretty close. But before we do Destiny 2, I kind of joked about this in the past. But it's going to become all too serious. Before we do Destiny 2 gameplay, we're going to do Destiny 2 lore. But yeah, basically I'm going to do... I don't know if I'll devote an entire stream to it. Ideally, I would not devote an entire stream to it. We just do it before we get into Destiny for the first time. But we're going to talk about the lore of Destiny and Destiny 2 with a greater focus on Destiny 2. Because like a lot of the storylines from, even the base game storyline, basically. The storyline that you got when you purchased Destiny. And I've been playing Destiny 2 long enough that I purchased it. It's free to play now, but I got it back when you had to purchase it. But yeah, the storyline of like the Red War and other expansions. I'm trying to draw in a weird way by looking at like shifting my gaze back and forth between my stream screen and my drawing screen, so that I know where my pen is. But let's not do that. Let's just draw normally so I can do this at a reasonable speed, I should say. But yeah, Red War plus more. I don't remember how many expansions there are in Destiny 2, actually. But some of them aren't playable anymore. Forsaken's about to not be playable. I don't have any of the, like, super new expansions. So I think after Forsaken gets removed, I'm not going to have any of the expansions, technically. But it is what it is. I don't know if I'm going to be doing Destiny 2 long-term. But I want to do this, at least. I have a nasty habit of getting into things, or I guess putting off doing things until they're just on the verge of not being available anymore. But yes. The way I've written this makes it look like I'm referring to the Red War as the Red Wart, which I don't like necessarily. Let's not. Let's get rid of that. Let's put in an ampersand. You like ampersands? I like ampersands. Red War and more. So, we're going to do a short overview of the storyline of Destiny 2 up until Forsaken, and then we're going to do Forsaken, and then we may not touch Destiny 2 again for a very long time. If ever again, who knows. But yeah. And the reason I'm doing this is because I like to have sort of a certain continuity of storyline and content in my streams. I like to, play games from beginning to end, like, continuously, no matter how long it takes. And you know what? I'm gonna shift myself over a little bit. There we go. Make some more room. I'm probably going to have to do something else at some point. Probably we'll find out. We'll figure it out. But yes, Destiny 2, Red War, lore, and more. For sure. I cracked myself up. Where was I? Somewhere. Anyway, Destiny 2, lore. We're gonna do a short stream on that, or we're going to devote part of a stream to that before we get into Forsaken. And so that we can have an idea of what the situation is going into Forsaken. Then we can do Forsaken, and then again, we will probably not touch Destiny 2 for a while. So, let's see, next after that, we're going to... That was the worst arrow I've ever drawn, I think. Then, we're going back. Whoops. Nope. Hollow Knight. But yeah, so we're not going to do... Again, my handwriting is atrocious. We're not going to do... Let's see. We're not going to do an entirely new playthrough. We're going to do more completion. I don't remember what my completion total was. I don't... Because the way Hollow Knight is you can get over 100% completion. Because the game, gives you a percentage completion, and it always has. But then the developers added new content, such as like the Grim Troop and other stuff. I don't know. I didn't play the game, before all this additional content was added, so I don't know what was in the base game and what wasn't in the base game necessarily. But more content was added over time, and as the new content was added, the, percentage completion, or the criteria for what is all of the content in the game changed somewhat. So you can, over the course of a normal playthrough without glitches, acquire more than 100% completion. I don't remember what our completion percentage was when we finished Hollow Knight for the first time. But we're going to go back in and achieve, and I don't know what the percentage for, not 100% technically, but 100% in the, not 100% as the game counts it, but 100% in the sense of all of the game's content, everything that is in the game. So, I don't know, I think it might be 112% or something? Question mark? Now Akari's in the way. Hold on. I didn't want this to get in the way of anything, but I think we'll have to move her. Or, well, we won't have to move her. We'll move the scene itself up. Here we go. Now, where was I? Yes. So, Hollow Knight will be achieving a higher percentage of completion, maybe 112%, whatever the number is. It doesn't matter, I guess, right now what the number is, just as long as we know it at some point in the game so that we can achieve it. So yes, so we're going to get back into Hollow Knight. And, yeah. After that, I think we'll do, we'll start again at the top here. Phase 2. We'll mark this as 1 so we know. And we'll move Phase 2 over a little bit. Oops. Move this, please. Thank you. Phase 2. So, for Phase 2, I think we're going to start out with some more, mystery content, whatever. Then. Our next project, I'm a little bit torn. Because, for a while I was debating whether or not I wanted to do this. But I want to do this, actually. I've decided I want to do this. Final Fantasy XIV. But, what I also want to do another thing that I discussed is, I guess I should make that a JP to make it more clear. So we'll do that real quick. JP, BOTW, Breath of the Wild, in Japanese. There's one thing that I've wanted to do, and that I've been doing off and on, we'll say. Off and on since, basically for, at this point, yeah, about about as long, or no, not, well, trying not to break kayfabe too much. But I shouldn't draw attention to my efforts to not break kayfabe if I don't want to break kayfabe. But yes, for about half of the time that I've been in this era, I've been learning Japanese off and on. And I don't know, doing things on stream is a great way for me to force myself to do them regularly. Because I have to, you know. I have to be on stream for, well, have to is a strong word, but you know, you get what I'm saying. If I'm doing it as part of the stream, then I'm doing it regularly. Every week at least, multiple times a week, often. So, we're going to do one of these things. I'm not 100% sure which one we're going to be doing off the bat. But we're going to do one of these things. I might leave it up to a vote or something. Or, you know what, no. I will make a decision at some point. But we're going to do one of these things. Then, I don't know. We'll do one of these. You know what? It's a... oh dear. I spent all this time mumbling about how I didn't know what I was going to do first. But I've changed my mind. What we're going to do first is we're going to do Breath of the Wild first. We're going to do Breath of the Wild first. And then we're going to go into Final Fantasy XIV. I have made my decision. And in the interim, we might take a short break and do some other short games. Have some short games on the side. And all that. Honestly, we might do them both at the same time a little bit. Because I guess, yeah, I can play, well, yeah, because I'm assuming at this point that we'll be back to streaming sort of, well, let's not make assumptions. Let's make plans instead. Let's make plans instead. Contingencies, perhaps. So we're going to discuss specifically, I don't know why I decided to call it the second phase, but we're going to discuss the second phase. So, for the second phase, we're going to be doing... hello, Sheps. Good to see you. Talking about plans again. Yeah, I guess I can't stick around for... or, well, I can't... I was just reminded. I do have another thing that we're planning on doing on stream today. So I just was reminded of the time. I've got to watch that a bit more carefully. Breath of the Wild. Oops, that's not how you write a J. In Japanese. How am I? I'm doing good. How are you doing? Yeah, it's good to see you. And Final Fantasy. Just at work? Gotcha. Hope you're having a good time there. Oops. Final Fantasy XIV. So, we're going to be doing both of these in Phase 2, and just in case you didn't see it, this is sort of our outline for the immediate future. So, we're going to, right today, whoops, what is going on? There we go. But yes, today, we're going to be playing Conquer the Shadow World once we're done here. Going to, you know, continue spending some time playing shorter games of various short games. Haven't decided yet. If anyone has any suggestions, please feel free to leave them. But yeah, then after a little bit, we're gonna play some Destiny 2 Forsaken. I guess I shouldn't wait on this too long, because again, we do have a strict time limit before the Forsaken storyline ends and cannot be played anymore. So maybe I should do that like I should probably do that like right away. So maybe we'll get rid of this arrow or this question mark. Let's assume that we're going to move directly onto Destiny 2 as quick as we can. So maybe we'll make it less of a lore presentation and more of a lore reading. We'll learn together the storyline of the other expansions. I have played them, but I don't remember them very well, to be honest. And, there's a lot of just Destiny lore that I want to go over. Ah, Liz. Good to see you. Been a little bit. But yes, so we'll go over some Destiny lore for a little bit. Then we'll play Destiny, actually. And then we won't play Destiny for a while. We're going to go back to Hollow Knight. And so yes, so that is Phase 1. Don't ask me anything about the phases. I've named them completely arbitrarily. But yes, so then we're going to be playing Breath of the Wild in Japanese, and we're going to be playing Final Fantasy XIV. Probably concurrently. Maybe concurrently. Let's not say probably. What about the moon phases? I guess we'll call this the waxing phase then. Let's see. Hold on. I'm not super familiar with the moon now that I think about it. I don't know what side the moon starts waxing on and what side it starts waning on, but we're going to assume that this is accurate, and we're going to move on. But yes. So, the first phase, I suppose, then would be the new moon phase. There we go. When the moon is dark. So, in the second phase, Breath of the Wild and Final Fantasy XIV. So, when I play Final Fantasy XIV, I intend to play as some sort of healer, broadly speaking. I want to, not want to, I guess, but I've made the decision, the executive decision, to limit it somewhat, because I don't want to take forever on it. I don't want to take too long. So I'm going to play as one, I guess the term isn't class, job. One job. I'm leaning towards Scholar, because I just like the aesthetic, basically, but we'll see. I don't know what the job icon for Scholar is, unfortunately, or else I would write it in here. Yes. So, I guess to go into a little bit more detail again, Breath of the Wild in Japanese, basically just having a stream game to making my Japanese learning part of the stream routine will ensure that I do it at least once a week, which is a lot better than usual, where I study Japanese once a year, maybe. Once a year for about a week or so. But yes, so, Breath of the Wild in Japanese, Final Fantasy XIV concurrently, maybe. I think probably what we'll do is, if we're back to the 5 stream a week schedule, then we will do Breath of the Wild, and we'll just abbreviate it with a B. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, followed by the collab on Tuesdays, and then Final Fantasy. I was going to put it in an FF, but everything else is abbreviated with just one letter, so we'll just put it in an F. We'll do Final Fantasy on Thursdays. And if we're not back to the 5 stream a week schedule, then we'll do the collab on Tuesday. We'll do the collab on Tuesday. We'll do Final Fantasy XIV on Thursday. And then we'll do Breath of the Wild on Friday. There's a part of me that kind of wants to do Final Fantasy on Friday just so I can say, oh, it's time for Final Fantasy Friday or something like that. But I guess there's no reason for me not to, I guess. In fact, yeah, if we're still on the 3 stream a week schedule, we'll do Final Fantasy Fridays, just for the whimsy of it. because no one can stop me. But yes, once we are back on the 5-stream-a-week schedule, because we'll probably be back on that schedule before we finish these games, if we, assuming that we aren't back on that schedule when we start those games. Then I will still do Final Fantasy on Thursdays instead of on Fridays, because I want to, if I'm, only having if I can only ensure that I'm studying Japanese 3 times a week, I would like to space it out a little bit. I feel like that's a good way to learn something. The best way to learn something is to practice it every day. But if not every day, then you should at least try to space it out just a little bit. You don't want to try to do too much at one time, or else you'll get kind of confused, and you can lose your enthusiasm pretty quickly there. And I know that from experience, because that's how I've approached Japanese learning a lot in the past. So, after that, once we're done with these, I guess we'll be in sort of a third phase. And the third phase, this would be, what's the word? I think it goes new moon, waxing moon, gibbous moon, half moon. It might still be good. Hold on. You know what? Rather than just blunder through this, I'm going to look up moon phases. Moon phases. What are the phases of the moon? I do not have this wisdom, I must learn. Yes, okay. So, new moon, waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous. Ah, okay, so I was wrong. Full moon, waning gibbous, last quarter, and waning crescent, and then new moon again. So, also, I was wrong. Whoops. So yeah, I thought that I was wrong on a couple of counts here. For one thing, I was wrong about what part of the moon darkens first. But I was also wrong. I thought that when the moon was half full, that was what was called a half moon. Or I thought that phase was called the half moon. But no, that is the first quarter. And yeah, when the moon is past that, then it is in a gibbous state. So yes. Anyway, so for the first quarter, just a big old question mark. I have no idea what we're going to be doing at this point. I've lived my life never planning this far ahead, and we're not going to start now. Just a big old who knows what's going to happen. But I hope you'll all be with me at this point, so we can figure it out together. But yeah, I don't know. What are some other games that I'm interested in? Again, playing through Breath of the Wild in Japanese. I'm not planning on doing 100%, just in case anyone was concerned. But playing through Breath of the Wild in Japanese, not playing through Japanese, will take a long time. Whoops. Oh dear. I've broken it. There we go. But yeah, that will take a long time, as will Final Fantasy XIV. So this is probably going to be like early to mid, we'll just say mid 2022. I don't keep up with video game news, so I don't know what games are coming out in 2022 that we could, that might be exciting that I might latch onto or anything like that. We don't know what's up ahead at this point. Whoops. Well, let's see. Yeah, I cannot even begin to, honestly, yeah, probably not early to mid 2022, because I just realized we are almost at the end of 2021. So this is probably going to be late 2022, actually. And again, just a huge mystery. We don't know what's happening. Let's see. Yeah, I keep trying to, like, looking over and trying to think, like, oh, just looking at games I have and thinking, oh, what games do we have that we might be doing at this point? But I have no idea. I cannot even begin to estimate what the situation will be when we get into, once we are done with Final Fantasy XIV and Breath of the Wild in Japanese. So we'll just have to take it as it comes. And probably I will make, as I always do, I will make decisions as we get closer to them. And yes, so now that we've discussed that, we're going to get to the meat of the stream, I suppose. Because we aren't just here to talk about the plans for the stream going forward. Instead, or in addition to that, I guess, we're going to be playing a game. And give me just a minute here. I will be right back. And then we'll get started on the game. Alright, we're back. There we go. Oh. There we go. A little bit stiff, looks like I need to stretch. Yes, the game. We'll get that set up here in just a sec. Because yeah, it is a little bit I suppose I should turn this off. Oh, we don't need it. Move ourselves back into position. Myself. Move myself back into position. You guys aren't moving. But yes, that is that. And this is this. Let's see, where's the... Because yeah, the capture. Nope. Wrong thing. Let me fix this. Oh, hold on. Wait. Oh, no, that's right. Okay, so yes. So, I should turn off the background music, because the game's going to have background music. There we go. We do, in fact, have audio. Actually, maybe I should make sure that the game audio... Because I forgot to turn that down. Usually I turn the game audio down before we get started. Alright, hold on. But yes, the reason that this is, you know, notable and different than usual is because, okay. Nope, there we go. Is because, for whatever reason, the game refuses to be captured normally. I don't really know what's up with that. It's just a little bit odd. Whoop. Shouldn't mess with that, hold on. But yes, the game, for whatever reason, refuses to be captured normally. And instead requires me to do a display capture. Alright, there we go. I really would like to get in the habit of planning for my streams a bit more and being a little bit less spur of the moment so that we can have a bit of a smoother experience. But it's fine. But yeah, anyway, this is Conquer the Shadow World. It's a game, if you haven't noticed. Whoops. But yeah, more specifically, it is a sort of a boss rush platformer type of game. I would describe it as being kind of similar in concept, perhaps not in execution, to Shadow of the Colossus, in that it's a game that's basically just about going around and finding and fighting bosses. Whoops. In sort of a platformy, puzzly type of way. Yeah, it has been a good long while since I played this game. But I do remember it. I remember... Okay, I didn't remember that. I didn't remember that that was a thing that happened. But yes. So instead of being, a 3D platformer, where you climb around on bosses, it's a 2D platformer, where you climb around on the world to access the bosses and fight them. And of course you do climb around in the world itself in Shadow of the Colossus. That's a game. It is a game. Legally speaking, Shadow of the Colossus is a game. But to be more specific, that's a game that we might want to look into playing at some point. Oh. But yeah, a lot of the time, with the games that I play, I have sort of a history with them, or at least some sort of knowledge of them. Or, well, I guess I have both of them, those in this case. But I guess to be more specific, rather than knowledge and history, what I have of most of the games that I've played. What's the word I'm looking for? What is the word I'm looking for? Not history. Because I have a history with this game and I have knowledge of it as a result. But, I guess a connection, more so. A lot of the games that I've played have been games that I've wanted to play for a long time, or have been games that I did play a long time ago and wanted to showcase. This was sort of more of a spur of the moment sort of thing, where I thought, you know what? You know what game I haven't played in a long time that I could probably make a fun stream out of? Conquer the Shadow World. Oh, hold on. I don't know if this exits the game. I sure hope it doesn't. But I forgot to change the category. This game doesn't have a category of its own, because it is we'll call this the shadow part of the stream. Yeah, no, we'll keep this stream title the same as it was. Yeah, this game doesn't have its own sort of okay, so yeah, so that does definitely exit the game. I think these lights kill me, if I remember correctly. There we go. There we go. Okay, so yes, so we can get on... Okay. Alright, it seems that the boss appears at a random point, random elevation. But yeah, so this game I didn't have a super strong connection to, like some of the previous. Just sort of a spur of the moment thing, like I was saying. But yeah, again, playing games without having to. Whoop! Did I die? I did die. All right. You know what? We're gonna activate novice mode for the sake of having a somewhat more cohesive streaming experience. All right, what's this guy's gimmick? I think I have to hit this. Yeah? Yeah. Ah, and more of the body becomes electrified and dangerous each time. Okay. Alright. I get it. Yeah, that was definitely not the way to go about beating this boss, I don't think. Uh-oh. I'd prefer to avoid damage tanking right now. There we go. This isn't a boss room, I don't think. That spike's down there, so I guess... What do I have to do here? Can I make this jump? Well, with extra lives I can. There we go. I feel like maybe I wasn't supposed to come at it from this angle. But this one's kind of hard to see. Alright, there you are. And I think you'll lose your, well, I was going to say you'll lose your invincibility in time for us to hit you. And you did, I guess. Oh dear. There we go. So yeah, so that's... We were at 10%, now we're at 9%. I don't know what that means necessarily. Well, I know that's a percentage of bosses cleared, I do believe. I think I came at this from the wrong angle. Because yeah, the way that we were going about it before, it seemed unavoidable to that we would take damage. But maybe that was just me trying to rush through this. Ah, dear. And I forgot about those spikes down there. Because yeah, that really long spike pit seemed like unavoidable damage. So I think maybe I was just coming at this from the wrong angle. Or at least, perhaps not giving the circumstances the amount of thought that they required. And again, we definitely haven't given this quite as much thought as it probably could have used. Because now we're down to like 1 extra life, I think. Out of the like, what? I think you get like 10 when you're in novice mode. Oh no. Okay, now we're down to 1 extra life. Yeah, this game came out in 2010, which probably goes a long way to explaining why it's not, you know, streaming software that we use nowadays isn't necessarily set up to recognize whatever it is this game does and is. Oh dear. You know, I kind of expected the boss would just die after we hit all of the nodes on it, so I wasn't planning for what it may do afterwards. So that's my fault. So yeah, just jumping over this guy is probably not a great idea. Did we... It felt like we not bounced off of something, but like interact with terrain there. Okay, so yeah, so these are points that you can grab onto. That's good to know. Alright, there we go. Yeah, based on the percentage numbers, I'm assuming that there must be, like... spikes. I'm assuming there must be, what, 11 bosses? Something like that? Because, yeah, I beat one and I got 10%, and I beat another and I got 9%. So there's clearly not exactly 10. There we go. This guy. I remember this guy. You know, remember him from like 5 minutes ago in the stream. He's about to shoot me again. There we go. He's going to come around here. Very good, very good. And he's probably going to have one more hit after we take out this limb. There we go. This time I expected it. Alright, alright. I don't know that we're going to beat Conquer the Shadow World today, necessarily. I don't know if our conquest will be true. But, we'll see. Oh dear. That was unnecessarily dangerous, but it worked out. Oh, what? What hit me? Is there something on the floor here that's hitting me, or am I just misjudging the hitboxes on these projectiles? Probably the latter. There we go. There we go. Ah. Could have gone a lot better there, but could have gone a lot worse too, I think. That shape feels significant, but I don't know what it represents necessarily. Yeah, earlier on in this boss fight, I was reluctant to go down here because I thought that would, like, take me out of the boss arena. But no, you can't leave the boss arena while the boss still lives. Which is both a good thing and a bad thing, depending on circumstances, I imagine. If you're wondering how I could see my character when there's, you know, so much darkness here, like right now, I can't. I'm just sort of estimating where I am. Because yes, it is not, I forgot to press up to cling on the ceiling, unfortunately. Oh dear. We're really in a bad way now, huh? Alright, so he's gonna come... There we go. Oh. Really jumped right into that one, huh? This is new. The water's gonna kill me, I imagine. Not a spike directly next to this one, I don't think. Also, it feels a little bit like these spikes are synced up to the music, almost. Oh, whoops, I forgot to put on novice mode. Ah. Can we just run into this guy? Probably not. Because it definitely seems like bosses don't necessarily require us to land on top of them for it to count as a hit. Yeah, it's going to come from that side. And he's going to come from this side. Yeah, much faster than we are now, unfortunately. Oh, now he's really fast. Oh dear. There we go. Simple if you know how. This steam is going to hurt us if we let it, so we won't let it. Ah, this is the light room. Right. I solved this puzzle last time, so hopefully we can solve it again. Not terribly challenging, but not super easy either. There we go. Ah, and this is the wraparound boss. Very good, very good. Oh. There we go. I wasn't sure if we'd hit him before he went off the screen there. Very good. But yeah, bosses seem to favor hit detection when you land directly on them. But not all of them require it, it seems like. Now he's got a pretty short time between phases. There we go. Very nice. I remember this game was, I don't know. I don't want to seem like I'm bragging, but I remember this game being a bit harder than it is now. Maybe it's just the advantage that I have more hindsight now. A lot of people, I think, often say that they do worse when they're playing games on stream than when they're playing games casually. I feel like I do a little bit better on stream. Because when I'm on stream, I tend to focus on the game more. Yeah, I think it's like a sort of a psychological thing, you know. Where sometimes having like a higher level of yeah, like when I'm playing a game casually, I guess, it's easy for me to just sort of like zone out a little bit. But when I'm playing a game on stream, I cannot allow myself to zone out because I need to provide commentary and all that. And good commentary when I'm playing a game involves, you know, talking about the game and reacting to it. So I need to be aware of what's happening in the game at all times in order to continue producing content. Whereas if I'm playing the game casually, I don't need to be aware of what's happening at all. I should be, because that will lead to a better gameplay experience. But I don't need to be, strictly speaking. Ah, that was close. We're still alive though, so it's fine. Ooh. No, that's not gonna... So we'll wait for it to retract again. Ah. don't necessarily want to solve this problem by damage boosting, but I guess if you've got the hearts, you might as well use them. Oh dear. What are we at in terms of, I don't know if there's any way to check, actually. Yeah, hitting the core will damage us at this point, I'm pretty sure. Ah, we almost got it in 2 cycles there. That would have been nice. Or we almost revealed the core in 2 cycles. Reveal is a funny word for what I'm doing. The core is already there, but we almost removed the defenses around it, I suppose. Ah, we can't hit it while it's shooting at us. There we go. Alright, 46%. Which is a higher percentage completion than I've ever gotten in this game before. Oh dear. I think the trick with this one is you need to hit it in like it's like a lighter spot there. Maybe we need to, like I said, land on this one. You can't get up from here. Ah, no, we do need to land on it. The spot doesn't seem to be relevant. We just need to land on it. And I just realized I forgot to start in novice mode again. There we go. But yeah, this isn't a game, I don't think, that has a boss order per se. But it does seem that there's sort of a route that you have to take. It's cyclical, but it doesn't seem to branch off very much. And that guy's going to shoot me a whole bunch. There we go. Yeah, it does definitely seem to be cyclical. Like you start at one point, and sometimes you can go one way, sometimes you can go both ways. A lot of the time it seems like you can only go one way. Oh dear. That was careless of me. So yeah, so we do need to land on top of this boss. Good job landing on top of the boss. Yeah, we've got to wait for it to be at sort of the... Pardon? Oh. There we go. This one's interesting. Oh. I definitely wasn't expecting the boss to be able to get into that little area there. And we've lost a lot of hits off of that. Alright, there we go. Very nice. Ah, this guy. What's your gimmick again? Ah, duplicates. Yeah, this is cute. Looks like a lo-fi I want to be the guy. A little bit, I guess. Definitely not as unforgiving, we'll say, as I want to be the guy. But yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, this guy's gimmick is that he has really bad lag. So he's glitching all over the place. Ooh. There we go. Alright. Defeated the club guy. Ooh. Let's see. This... There we go. Ah, now he's doing multiple passes. Or multiple smashes per pass, I guess. There we go. Not too hard, though. Not too difficult. Actually, let's go and fight the rolling guy. Oh? Did we already beat him? Or do we have to come at him from the other angle? Ah, hello, Alt. I think we must have already beaten this guy, I guess. I guess I just wasn't paying attention. Yeah, how are you doing today, Alt? Alright, now we are onto the heart guy. Yeah, so we can hit him while he's... Oh, yes. We can hit him while he's sort of charging up for his attack state. But we can't hit him, you know, while he's in the attack state, obviously. So yeah, 1 or 2 more hits, I think. Oh dear. That makes 2 of us, I guess, at this point. There we go. Oh dear. Well, now I've got no spare hits. The music is really nice in this game. It's a shame that a lot of the music is just like tied to a particular stream. Screen. It would seem. So you often don't hear it for very long. We are defeated. Do we want to go this way? Probably not. I just realized I forgot to turn on novice mode again. Yes, this guy. The wire guy. All of the bosses are guys, it would seem. We're referring to all of them as insert gimmick guy. Alright, we ended up in a good place, kind of. I kind of squandered the opportunity there, but we started out pretty well off in that. What am I missing here? Am I just jumping to, I shouldn't have taken that extra hit trying to figure that out. Well, you know what? No. I'm going to stand by that unnecessary damage that I took, because it was a learning experience. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'm just jumping too early that I'm landing in the spikes. That time I jumped too late and landed in the spikes. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is just an area that you're not supposed to come at from this angle. More learning experiences. Oh no. No, it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. I guess I just wasn't, I was expecting just any wall jump to work. Whereas it sort of, demanded a better, wall jumping trajectory from me. Because I didn't, take into account the fact that bumping into the ceiling would, you know, change my trajectory. But I really should have. I should have expected that. But we have learned. And we have lived. But this is definitely not something that we can access from this angle. So yeah, it probably is. If we ever come across this screen, we'll just wait until we can come at it from the other side. Oh dear. Let my nerves get the better of me there, unfortunately. Let's try to come up with names for these bosses, instead of just calling them Guy. This one looks like a Ferris wheel, so we're going to call him Ferris. Alright, that was not high enough. Alright, Ferris is about done shooting. There we go. The guy? The guy, maybe. But we've encountered a lot of guys, so we can't be sure that any of them are the guy. Oh yeah. Yeah, there is definitely... there is a route. There is a route that you do have to take. Because yeah, you can't access... yeah, you can't go to the right side from here. You definitely can't, based on what we're seeing here. And down, and up. There we go. Down and up. And down and up. Nice. And what are we going to call the roller? I guess more so than rolling, this boss bounces. Who's someone who bounces, or rolls, or does both? Sonic, I guess. Any Sonic character bounces and rolls, I suppose. Oh dear. Yeah, we want to keep a relatively low number of these bouncing guys around. Who's... Division. I feel like this boss bounces and rolls and divides. So any of those would make a good theme for a name, I imagine. Who's the guy who... there's like a form of division that's named after a guy. After a person, I should say. I don't know who that person was, but it's a form of division. It's like the... it's not long division, it's the synthetic division. The person who made synthetic division, or came up with the idea for it. Whatever that person is named, we'll call that boss after them. Yeah, this boss is Clubs. We'll call him Clubs. Who's someone who is notable for a club? For having a club. Or their fondness for clubs. I have a lot of ideas for boss names, but not so much any actual names. There we go. We'll call this guy Stomper. Stomper is relatively easily thwarted. But Stomper's projectiles do persist after their defeat, so we do have to be mindful of that. We've got the hearts. If we've got clubs, then we've got hearts. There we go. Oh dear. Fred Flintstone uses a club? Alright. So, the club's individual is Fred. What are we going to name the heart individual? Who's someone who is notable for hearts? I guess there's a particular VTuber who has a heart theme, but I'm terrified of saying her name for fear that invoking her may summon her. So we won't address that. I don't want to end up cooked. I want to call this one Wiggles. Actually don't know who you speak of. Oh. Alright. To explain the joke, Akai Hato. Also known as Hachama. Yep. There we go. Very nice, very nice. Wiggles has been defeated. I suppose now that we've said the name, any peril that we have invoked has already been invoked. So, Hato it is. Alright, diamonds. Who likes diamonds? A lot of people. We'll call this one Steve. Plus they're even square, so it's even better. Sort of a diagonal square, but a square nonetheless. Ah. That time the issue was this, I didn't cling onto the ceiling. This boss kind of reminds me of Commander Video from the Bit Trip series, but Commander Video doesn't have a gun to my knowledge. I played exactly one Bit Trip game. I don't remember when, but I do remember that I have played one. Any of you familiar with this? I feel like it feels like it was popular at one point. The Bit Trip series. It was very popular at one point, but I don't know how much of a lasting impact on video game culture it has had. Yeah, just know he was a selectable character in Super Meat Boy. That is true, that is true. Super Meat Boy is a game that I might play at some point. I enjoyed that game. I never beat it, of course, but I did enjoy what I did play of it. What does this boss remind me of? Ooh, nice. That's basically it. Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of characters that are, due to the popularity of Super Meat Boy, probably most notable for the fact that they were playable in Super Meat Boy, despite having games of their own. And perhaps, in a lot of cases, pretty good games of their own, even. I know I didn't, Spades. Who likes Spades? Or who is associated with Spades? Also Steve, I guess, but we've already named one Steve. But yeah, I remember, I don't know, I didn't get into the Bit Trip game that I played. I don't know which game I played. I know that there were multiple in the series. Alright, so we're potentially just one boss away from beating the game. So this might actually be over sooner than I expected. It may be over sooner than I expected in a different context than I was planning on, it seems. Whoops. Oof. Yeah. For lack of a better term, for the time being, we're going to call this guy Mr. Gun. Whoops. Dare I make the reference? I just realized something. This guy look a bit familiar to anyone? I'm sure it's not a... Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not a reference. It chronologically cannot be a reference unless the developer of this game is also a time traveler. Mogus. Yep. A Mogus. You know what? I kind of like the sound of just calling him Mogus. So we're going to call him Mogus. Yeah, we have just defeated Mogus. Got a little bit too hasty there. Almost ran into the deadly light. Now, what should we name this boss? Because yeah, we got I don't remember all the names that we have so far, but I'll remember them when I see the bosses that they are associated with in my mind. Yeah, I don't feel like I can jump into this guy, probably. Or jump into him from below and deal damage. I say, attempting to do exactly that. This guy looks like Kraid's projectiles. I'm gonna have to take your word on that, because I've never fought Kraid, and I don't think I've ever seen Kraid be fought either. The ones he shoots from his abdomen. I know who Kraid is, but yeah, I've never played Super Metroid. Unfortunately. I could play Super Metroid on stream, I guess, maybe. At some point. Down the line. Because it's a little bit long for our current plan of play short games for a while. But yeah, I never played Super Metroid, so I can't say I'm terribly familiar with Kraid. I'm familiar with Kraid insofar as wasn't Kraid like in the background in like a stage in like Melee, I think? That's pretty much the extent of my familiarity with Kraid. Indeed, yeah. It was Brinstar, yeah? Brinstar Depths, maybe? Oops. Got a little bit overeager there. Alright, yeah, and again, the issue there was I just didn't think to grab onto the ceiling. Norfair. Ah. Which Brinstar, then? Is Brinstar the one with... Oh, I think I took damage there. Alright, which one's Brinstar and which one's Norfair? I don't remember now. Again, probably a symptom of the fact that I have not played Super Metroid. I played the original Metroid, and I played Zero Mission, I think, but not Super Metroid ever. I've also played Prime 1, and... No, I probably haven't played Prime 2, come to think of it. Yeah, Brinstar's second layer, usually filled with alien flora and fauna, green. What's the one with, like, all the magma, then? Or there's one that was, like, full of acid and one that's full of magma, I think. Oh, dear. Norfair. Alright. Whoops. Immediate. Alright, hearts. Auto. Brinstar stage is not really accurate. Fair enough. Whoop. There we go. Ah, I thought the invincibility would wear off just a little bit before it did. This area in particular has really nice music. Let's sit back and enjoy it for a little bit. Oh. Oh, it became suddenly very menacing. I thought it'd be just nice harp music all throughout. Alright, never mind. Let's be on our way. I remember I think this is the area before where I was all like, man, you don't get to hear the music for very long. It's a shame, because the music in this area seems to be really nice. But, it took quite a dramatic turn there. Now, I wasn't counting on being able to run up this wall to avoid Wiggles' shots, but I guess it makes sense, because it is a wall, and you can run up walls in this game, so I don't know why I didn't expect to be able to run up that particular wall. Wiggles, I'd really appreciate it if you would get somewhere where I can stomp on you. Thank you. Come on, Wiggles. I understand that you don't really have any Wiggles anymore, but thank you. Alright, more of these cannons. Cannons are a thing that we really struggle with, it seems like. The shots do kind of blend in with the background on the lower half of the screen. So it's kind of hard to judge when they're coming out. Alright, this is Steve. There we go. Oops. Ah, we just missed it. Always got to be on the move when you're facing Steve. And maybe not all that much on the move. Maybe sitting in one spot is actually pretty good sometimes, actually. I suppose it probably depends on what the phase Steve is in. Whether Steve is waxing or waning. Ah. Not bad, though. That was better than most of our results, I think. Alright, we're back to Mogus. It is funny how just the concept of bipedal amorphous shape has been so thoroughly associated with that particular video game. Oh dear. There we go. Not bad, not bad. There we go. And so this should be, or well, now, there we go. So yeah, we've associated this boss with Kraid, but I don't think we ever came up with a name for him. Oops. Let's see. Where'd you say Kraid was again? Norfair? So we'll call this guy Norris. Ah. Whoops. Oh dear. Please behave. Thank you. Norfair, yes, Magmaland. Alright. Alright, back to spades. Ace. We'll call him Ace. There's an ace of every suit, but for some reason, the ace of spades is the ace that comes to mind when most people think of aces, or at least it's the ace that comes to mind when I think of aces, at least. I think I said at least twice in that sentence, both starting out and finishing it, but you know, it is what it is. What was that? That was like 40%? Not bad. Ah, we're back to ace. I guess because I think in most card games, the spades are sort of the trump, yeah? If the trump suit, if there is just one and it doesn't change at any point. Yeah, I've got to remember, if ace is moving vertically, then they'll be shooting aimed bullets, and if they're moving horizontally, then they'll be shooting vertical bullets. Because yeah, the problem is, I guess sort of like from a personal like oh nice, we actually made that jump. Yeah, the way I'm thinking of this, I'm conceptualizing of this fight in my mind, is when ace moves oh dear, vertically, generally they move a little bit slower than they do when they're moving horizontally. So I always think, oh, the boss is moving slow, so we should move into attack. But that's not necessarily the best idea, always. Because as we've established, you know, ace likes to aim directly at you when they're moving slowly. Oh dear. Wasn't expecting that, I must say. Alright, we still jump over it, there we go. Yeah, correction? Oh, did we get our Metroid lore wrong? Uh-oh. This is one that we have a really hard time with. There we go. Alright, stretch a little bit. Bit tense, bit tense. Ah. There we go. Alright, this... Yeah, technically he's in Brinstar, but he's so close to Norfair's entrance that it's easy to say he belongs there. Alright. Yeah, I think we'll keep Norris as the name then. Oh, whoops. But of course, we're no longer talking about Norris. Now we're talking about Ferris. Or at least we're no longer encountering Norris. Ah, we were so close. There we go. Alright, we're coming up on the Roly boss. The Dividey boss. If you're still around to fact check, or if you're still willing to fact check, let me know who invented synthetic division so I can name this boss after them. That wasn't going to work. There we go. Yeah, there's a little bit of leniency on what is considered the top and what is considered the side, it seems like. Not bad, not bad. Managing it. Paolo Ruffini. All right, thank you. Thank you very much. So yeah, we'll call this boss Ruffini. And the boss rolling around, looking like a set of eyes, is the gaze of every Synthetic Division fan, rolling their eyes at me, not knowing who Paolo Ruffini is. There we go. Kind of in a bad way, but we're back to, we're not one hit away from death, at least. Yes, this is Fred, as we established. Metroid 1 creates layers in Brinstar 2, but just associate with him with Nor for some reason. Apologies. No worries, no worries. Again, you still know better than I do. Incomplete Metroid lore is perfectly fine. It's better than my complete lack of Metroid lore that I have. Alas, we have been defeated by Fred. Let's see, there's a boss right over here, I think. This is Wiggles. Alright, come over here, Wiggles. It's good that Wiggles doesn't shoot at all when they're in hit invincibility. That's nice. There we go. Very nice. Didn't get hit at all when we fought Wiggles. That's very good. Alright, we're coming up on Steve, I do believe. Ah. I definitely felt like I should have hit Steve when I was coming in through the falling on the stage. Like, I think I landed directly on top of Steve, but the hit detection didn't go through. Yeah, the second time that I jumped at Steve and didn't hit him was definitely on me. That was definitely just me missing. As was that. There we go. Steve is defeated. Ah. Ah. Alright, what are we up against? Ah, Mogus. Ah, Mogus. Oh dear, that was a bad place to stand, I must admit. There we go. Mogus has been defeated. Ah. Very unnecessary hit, but we made it through. Very good, very good. Let's see, so now the light puzzle is going to reverse for just a little bit, and now we can make our way through. Very good. Back to Norris. Alright. Ooh. Norris got me there. There you are. Yeah, a little bit too slow on the draw there, unfortunately. Is this a platform I can stand on? No, it's not. Not even a platform, let alone one that I can stand on. Is it a platform if you can't stand on it, I wonder? I guess it's a platform if someone can stand on it. It doesn't necessarily need to be you who stands on it. But yeah, if nobody can stand on it, I don't think it's a platform, strictly speaking. Just missed Norris there. There we go. So yeah, we're at 4 out of 11 now by my count. My estimation, I suppose. I guess I don't know that they're for sure that there's 11 bosses. But the way the percentage increments, again, like I said, seems to imply that. Still haven't come up with a name for spades here. Or no, ace. We did. Yeah, we did. Took damage there, unfortunately. Ah. Having a lot of trouble with ace. Ooh. Tragic. Oh, nope. Let's try that again. There we go. Ah, Mogus. There we go. Not bad, not bad. Very good, very good. This room trips me up somewhat, so we're gonna be careful. And we're gonna deal with it now rather than later. Alright. The light puzzle. Just need patience. No, nothing to it. Very good, very good. Back to Norris. Norris is coming in from the right. There we go. Coming in from the left. Ah, but we just missed him. Yeah, the timing was a little bit off because I forgot that Norris gets faster. Of course, we really want to play it safe. We could just like stay like hereabouts. Well, our timing would have to be a little bit better. But if we had just stayed there, then we could have, we would have been in, yeah, that time I just had myself in a pretty bad position to avoid Norris, unfortunately. There we go. The timing on those spikes always trips me up a little bit. Yeah, I guess because I always tried to sort of stop because I had assumed that I would be going too fast for the spikes, but no. Yeah, you do have to just sort of go for it. If you hesitate, you are lost. Yeah, I do want to try to keep Ace from shooting directly at us if possible. Of course, when they're shooting up, then above them they still shoot directly at us, so I should be careful even when they're not, you know, in the nominally more dangerous part of their attack pattern. That could have gone a lot better, but it also could have gone a lot worse, so I'm going to be satisfied with what we have achieved. Not terribly satisfied with that, but we'll have to move on. Nothing to be gained from just trying that puzzle again and taking unnecessary damage as a result, due to my own spite. Alright, the wire boss. You know, they kind of hang from the ceiling like a chandelier, so maybe we'll call him Chandler. That was a bad place to hide from Chandler. But yeah, so it seems that Chandler can still hurt you, even when Chandler's in hit invincibility, which is unlike a lot of bosses. No, yeah, I went a little bit too fast there. Chandler's pattern I have a lot of trouble with for whatever reason. Alright, we're back to Ferris. I think at this point we've probably seen all the bosses, yeah? Unless there's like a secret final boss that you can only access once you've defeated all the other bosses, as opposed to sort of going in the cycle like the rest of them go. That's not going to be... we're not going to get a chance to hit that. There we go. Relatively smooth. Could have gone better, but we did a good job of defeating Ferris, I think. And up, and down, and up, and down, and up, and down. Ah, here we go. Ruffini. I like this song. This is a nice song. Ah, dear. Not to imply that the other songs aren't nice, of course. I could have definitely taken a swipe at that boss. I just got a little bit, I hesitated again. I must execute with confidence. Yeah, I have to exercise caution, but I also need to assume that things will work. Once I have taken the effort to plan something out, you gotta assume that it'll work, and not second guess yourself. Unfortunately, it didn't work that time. Alright, so let's give this one more attempt. We'll fight Ferris real quick. Did it work? It did not work. But it's fine. Also, hello, Madrasi. Good to see you today. How are you doing? Timing was 4. No, that was... honestly, that was great. That was great comedic timing. You may not have intended it to be comedic, but it was very funny. Oh dear. So yeah, how are you doing today, Madrasity? Yeah, so definitely just one more attempt so that I can have time to go over the sort of plans for the future again. That definitely could have gone better. Yeah, doing alright. Happy to watch the Tiberious Vanderfield play some video games. Indeed, the Tiberious Vanderfield. If you encounter any other Tiberious Vanderfields, you should be wary of them. because I am the Tiberious Vanderfield. This isn't to say that any other Tiberious Vanderfield isn't to be trusted necessarily, but be careful, because you never know. But yes, and I am glad to have the Madrasity in the chat today. Whoops. This particular platforming section always throws me off a little bit, unfortunately. Platformers are not my core competency. I'm better at them than I give myself credit for, I think. Well, I'm better at them than I give myself credit for a lot of the time. Maybe not all the time. Sometimes maybe I estimate my skill well enough. Should take a little bit of time to observe Chandler's pattern, I think. Try and figure out how to get into a position where we can hurt Chandler without taking tremendous harm ourselves. I'm sure I have beaten Chandler without taking damage before, or at least while taking less damage than I am now. It's just a matter of figuring it out, and I think we've just figured it out, actually. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait another cycle, I think. That was a little bit too late. But yes, preparation and confidence go hand in hand. Once you have prepared, then you can act with confidence. If you plan but you don't act with confidence, then you won't act out your plans and your planning will be useless. If you act with confidence but no plan, then there's really just you're just taking a shot in the dark. Which is good enough sometimes, but not all the time. Not anywhere near consistent enough for our purposes. But yeah, I definitely almost hit that node that can do damage to me, and almost lost this run as a result. But yeah, there we go. We're in a little bit of a better position now. But yeah, if we don't beat this game this time, on this particular run, then we probably will next time we play it. And I do believe there's going to be a next time. I might need to have another game planned for that day if the stream runs a bit short. Because yeah, this is definitely a game that could potentially be very, very short. Yes, and back to the classic Ruffini. Ooh, nice. Alright, one jump away. There we go. Alright, back to Fred. Fred's another one that's a bit challenging for us. Or me, I guess I should say. I don't know. I use the term us a lot. But maybe I shouldn't be making assumptions about you all. Got a little bit overeager there, and I almost ran into Fred's shots. But I didn't, so it's fine. Very good, very good. This is going to be bad, I think. Yep. Because, yeah, you really do have to sort of follow Fred around and make sure that Fred doesn't end up shooting you in a way or from an angle that you don't expect or can't account for. Because, yeah, once Fred has reached a certain part of their a certain phase, there comes a point where you simply cannot yeah, if you start out on the outside of their pattern, then you just cannot survive it. Alright, we're back to Hato. Ah, just barely, not high enough. I'm doing a very native English speaker pronunciation of Hato there, but I guess that's probably because I am a native English speaker. I can pronounce Japanese properly, but I'd like to think that I can pronounce Japanese properly. I can pronounce Japanese better than the average native English speaker, I guess. There we go. Hato has been vanquished. Back to Australia with you. Whoop. Oh dear. Only speak English and don't do that too well either. Yeah. Oh dear. Well, there we go. Oh well. We got pretty close to the clearing it there at the end, I think. But, alas, it was not meant to be. So, thank you all for joining me tonight. Let's see. We'll bring up the thing again. And we'll talk about the schedule again, for the sake of anyone who wasn't around for it the first time. So, where is it? There we go. But yeah, cool new effect. Also, I've got my Clip Studio Paint. I've got the background chroma keyed out so I can draw on the screen effectively. Wow. But yes, so the plans for the immediate future. We started out saying, we're playing Conquer the Shadow World today. Gonna play it again next week. I think we're gonna play it again on Friday because I have a plan for Thursday. Yeah, we're gonna play Conquer the Shadow World again next Friday. After that, potentially, we're going to, after Conquer the Shadow World, we're going to move directly to Destiny 2. We're going to do talk about the lore of Destiny in general, as well as the lore of Destiny 2 that is no longer playthroughable. And then we're going to get into to the Forsaken expansion and play through that. Then, we're probably not going to play Destiny 2 over the long term, necessarily, because I want to move on to other things. In particular, we're going to move on to Hollow Knight. We're going to achieve maximum percentage of completion in it. I think I've committed to at this point. There's a train in the background. But yeah, we're going to commit to the maximum percentage completion, which is, for the sake of this game, not 100%, or at least not 100% as the game counts it. So we're going to do that. We may or may not play a few more short games in between then, but after that, we're going to move on to playing Breath of the Wild in Japanese and Final Fantasy XIV. Possibly at the same time, possibly not. But yes, so Breath of the Wild, Final Fantasy XIV. If we're back on the 5 stream a week schedule, we're going to be playing Breath of the Wild Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're going to be playing our customary collab on Tuesdays, and we're going to be playing Final Fantasy XIV on Fridays. If we're still on the 3 stream a week schedule, we're going to be playing the collab. We're going to be doing our collab on Tuesdays, our Breath of the Wild playthrough on Thursdays, and our Final Fantasy XIV playthrough on Fridays, just for the sake of having the Final Fantasy Friday alliteration, because I like alliteration. And after that, who knows? Yeah, because that'll be probably late 2022, and I have no idea what circumstances will be like by that point. So, whoops. Thank you all for joining me today. Full schedule. Yeah, I'm planning things for like the first time. But yes. Let us set up for a raid. As per usual, if there's yeah. Oh dear. Twitch, please don't. Thank you. But yes, if there's anyone that you would like to suggest, please feel free to suggest real quick. I'm going to take a sip. Sip. But yes. Where was I? Hold on. Yes. Please feel free to suggest anyone, anything, anywhere, anytime, I guess. But, you know, someone who's streaming right now so that we can raid them. If not, of course, I can find a target. But, yes. Where was I? I guess, yeah, that is everything. Yeah. See, Navarthus. Navarthus? Is that a streamer? Or are you referring to something else? Whoops. Yes, that is a streamer. All right. So yes, I take it that is your suggestion. Yeah, streamer there playing Dead by Daylight. All right. Then yeah, let's drop by with a raid, I suppose. Navarthus. Is that how you pronounce it? Navarthus? 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 Yeah, if you so wish to raid them. Of course, of course. But yes, so we'll drop by, say hi to I mean, I guess it doesn't matter how I pronounce it necessarily. I have no idea. Fair enough. Doesn't matter how I pronounce it because I'm going to be communicating through text, so it's fine. But yes, the raid message is, as always, we have arrived. Once again, as always, I would like to thank you all for being here. I hope you had a fine night, or a fine day. It's daytime today. But yeah, I hope you've had a fine day, a fine morning. It's now getting into afternoon for me. But yeah, I hope you've had a fine morning. Hope that you will have a fine day, and hope that you will be well until next time I see you. So, thank you all again for being here, and farewell. Let us get this raid underway.